What's up guys, Buggy back with another video. Today we're going to be doing some more relic cleaning. So down here I've got a bunch of gold-gilted things that I've dug over the past year or so. And today we're going to be trying to clean these using CLR calcium lime rust remover. So what we're going to do, we're going to open up the CLR and pour it into the shot glass that I have here. And that stuff just looks nasty and corrosive. So I think the first thing we're going to subjugate to this is going to be this ring here. It is gold plated, it is marked on the inside, but it is very tough to see. It says 10K gold filled, but it's very tough to read. Anyways, we're gonna drop this in the CLR, give it a shake. And we're gonna let this sit for maybe a minute or two and see how this turns out. So here's the ring post CLR. Doesn't look like it did too much on this one. Oh, it still looks about the same, though I have done some other cleaning to knock a lot of gunk off of this one. Anyways, I think next we're going to try this piece here, which is actually a broken piece to a cuff link. When I found it, it had a little link part here which had fallen off. Anyways, in it goes, and we'll see what happens. So maybe I should have done this piece first, because this turned out phenomenal. When I first found this and cleaned it off just using soap and water, it didn't have nearly as much shine as it does now after the CLR. So we'll set this one aside. Next up, I think we're going to go with this eagle button here. So into the CLR it goes. Give it a shake. And we're going to let this sit for a little bit. So here's the eagle button all finished up. As you can see, there is a lot more shine to the gold gilt over the front, but what's more impressive is that this superior quality backmark is now significantly easier to read. After the CLR must have knocked off some of the dirt that was obscuring it. Anyways, we'll put this one down, and next I think we're going to go, you know what, I think we're going to make a bold move and go with this piece here. So this is a collar button, and it's got some gold gilt as well, and it's got a stone in it that's really, really pretty. So I'm hoping this one turns out as good as some of the other stuff. We'll put this one in and let it sit. So here's the collar button all finished up. The back cleaned up really, really nice. However, the sides are still a little bit gunky. So this one, I think I'm going to have to let it sit for a little bit longer. Anyways, I'm thinking next up, we're going to make another bold move and try something with a little bit of enamel on it. So this piece here is a Secret Society pin. Knights of Pythias to be specific. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in. See what happens with the enamel. So here's that Knights of Pythias pin after cleaning. It is noticeably free of gunk, but it appears that some of the plating must have already been a little bit worn off. So next up, we're going to go with this piece here, which is actually a pin. The pin part broke off, but it's got some fancy on the front. Might have had something that went in the middle there. So we're going to toss that in, and I'll loop you back in when it's all finished up. So here's that pin. Doesn't look like the CLR did all that much. The back looks a little bit shinier, but there's just not much plating left. So we're going to move on to something that has most, if not all, of the plating still intact, and that is this cufflink here. And this one, if you look really close on the inside, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it on camera, but it's patented in 1880. So my hope is that the back mark up in here is going to show a little bit better. So we'll put that one in, give it a little bit of a shake, and I'll show you two when it's done. So here's our cufflink all finished up, and I'm going to try my best to get that into focus, but see right underneath, patented August of 1880. It's pretty tough to see still just because of the angle, but this inside was still pretty caked, but the CLR knocked all of it away, and now you can see the patent date clear as day. So we got one more cufflink here that I'm going to try. This one has lost a lot of the plating, but you can see it's still got a lot of gunk on it too. So we'll drop that in, give it a shake, and hopefully it'll clean up pretty nice. And here's our cufflink. Because it didn't have much plating, there wasn't really much cleaning that could be done, but you can see here a lot of that gunk was washed away, and if I can get the other side to focus. There we go. But you can see the plating is still pretty clear. Anyways, I feel pretty confident now that the CLR works pretty well, but also doesn't destroy enameling like I was afraid it might. So I got a few more things here that we're going to try. And first up is going to be this here, which is a cape clasp. And this is going to be from the late 1800s, and it's got gold gilt on the back. So we're going to see how this fares in the CLR. Here's that cape clasp after the CLR. It really brought out the shine of the gold gilt, though it also revealed how much little there's actually left. So, next up we're going to have three more things. First we got this cameo brooch, Victorian era. We've also got this pin here. It looks to be a sports pin of some kind. Here's the back. And then we'll also have this one final pin that I dug about a month ago from the Exarban racetrack, 1928. So after these are all done, I'll loop you back in, show you how they turned out. So I'm all finished up with that last batch of objects, and we had some that turned out really, really well. So here is that sports pin. This one cleaned up really, really well. You got some nice shine coming through on the back. Then next up we have our Victorian Brooch. This one again, it turned out fantastic. You get all the gilt shining through. Turned out really beautiful. Then next up we have this button here, which has a turquoise stone in it. This one was really, really dirty. You can see that some of the plating's chipped away, but the little that is left turned out pretty well. It's shining through pretty nice. Then we have the exorbitant pin here. So the front is enameled, so that cleaned up pretty nice out of the ground, but the back, the gold gilt, I didn't realize how much was left on this. Like, that came through really well. And then finally, I have this brooch here, which I dug at the abandoned house, and this was completely like corroded brown, and I could barely see any of the gilt, but after cleaning it up, it does have a lot more gilt than I had thought. But anyway, guys, this CLR stuff, it works great. I highly recommend it for cleaning your gold-gilted relics. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.